Hello everybody, my name is BrmP and welcome back to another video. First off, what do you guys think of my new intro? I made it myself and I hope you guys like it. So let me know in the comments what you think of it. But let's move on to what you're seeing here on my screen, or on your screen rather. And that is a ship I've been working on, and as you can see it's a heavily modded ship. It's a small ship gone large, and I don't actually have a name for it yet, and it's still a work in progress, so some bits and bobs will not be finished yet, are not finished yet, and yeah, some stuff I'm still working on, like putting in the master's coding script. So all these screens you see here in the cockpit, of course, are going to be showing some stuff. But I thought I really wanted to show you guys some of the things I've been working on here. So yeah, that's this. And yeah, as you can see, we're in the cockpit right now. And of course, the middle chair is the one which is flying the whole thing, the pilot. Then to the right you've got your maybe communications or whatnot guy, and to the left there is a second seat or third seat actually, for some other maintenance stuff on the ship itself, or just to controls all the other features on the ship. Yeah, let's head down here. The ship actually does have some oxygen if you look in here, but I'm not quite sure how this is working, because as you can see the door is open, and in my bottom right corner you can see my oxygen is high. And if you know anything about space engineers, you know that this is a technically not a seal, and I'm talking about the cargo ramp, which is here of course. And yeah, as you can see now in the oxygen, it's there's no oxygen, so not sure if this has anything to do with my computer being slow, and I don't know, maybe not completely handling the fact that it has so many mods here, or that just something funky with the ships. I don't know, still it's weird. But yeah, if you come out that door, you have the main cargo bay, and in here you got 3 refineries ready to do stuff, and on the other side there are assemblers, and which one of them is not colored correctly yet, so you be that color. And yeah, next to it there are some arc furnaces. Of course, like any build of mine, everything is conveyored up. Yeah, what else? You can of course lower and raise the ramp from the ramp itself, and surprisingly this thing doesn't blow up when you're flying around. Maybe that's because it has 4 mounting points, but still it doesn't blow up when you're flying, so that's very nice. Oh god, the frames. I'm so sorry about the frames, guys. I even set Space Engineers up so it actually can take more of my CPU on the computer, and still I only get around 10 frames a second. That's just because how heavily modded the ship is. I tested actually, when I removed the ship I got around 30 frames a second, so it is really the ship which is causing the frames drop. Yeah, but here to the right, if we continue with the tour, we got a lift just for some personal uses, with behind these blast doors some anti-personnel shooting shit they're called. I can't come up the name. The turrets that they are. And the reason why there is a landing gear over there is this thing does blow up when it's flying, so I thought to myself, why not place a landing gear there? So it doesn't. And yeah, that does only mean that you have to unlock it first with, I believe, the 2 button. Yeah, switch lock. So you unlock it first and then you can drop it down, and you can also drop it, if I get it back up here with that button there. Yeah, and that's basically the way you get in and out the ship, except if there is no ramp, of course, because what I got on this side, on the other side of the but if you move to the right here or to the left side of the ship, you can see the one of the 3 ways of getting into the ship, and that is a lift of some sort. The reason why this thing does have a landing gear to secure it in place is just because when you're flying around, this thing will blow up when it isn't secure to the ship. Also, this way features a those airlocks and or airtight anchor doors, and behind them you might see those lasers popping through them occasionally. There are some interior turrets, and those things are just here, so if any unwanted guests enter your ship through this lift, you can take them out with those turrets. Of course, those blast doors will only be or can only be used from in the cockpit or anywhere else in the ship except for this lift. That's why there is no button to open those doors here. Yeah, on this button this unlocks and locks the landing gear, and the number 1 button just lowers and raises the lift. And the same goes for the button panel all the way over there, which you can still reach, as you can see. So let's raise it back up. The third way of entering the ship is next to the cockpit, and yeah, that's over here. As you can see, there is a door, a double door actually, and I wanted to make this an airlock, but yeah, there is no oxygen in this part of the ship apparently, or there can't be any oxygen just because the cargo door isn't airtight. So yeah, this isn't a working airlock, so because it doesn't need to be. But yeah, I still thought 2 doors, it seems more secure than 1, and yeah, that's why there were 2. Also, I forgot to mention that these this cargo bay has mag locks on this, as you can see. So whenever you drive a car or some other cargo bay crates on here, you can lock them in place. The top button switches between the locks. This one locks only, and the bottom right does only unlock it. And I did that in case you're like me and you drive something on there, and then you lock it and you forget, oh, I got something else I want to put on there, so you don't yeah, so you can easily lock them all or just unlock them all. These things do the same, except for the top one that just lowers and raises the cargo bay. Because towards the back there are some other stuff and things like the cargo bay and the sleeping quarters, but if you go towards the towards here, you come into the kitchen, and yeah, well, it used to be blue, but like I said, the kitchen of the rest of the ship is not just work in progress and not finished, so some stuff may have does have a different color than I wanted to have, or doesn't look like I want it to be yet. But basically this is my kitchen for now, and it has a stove, some storage, and a little place to sit for some crew. And yeah, this would be also a screen which would show then some stuff of a first aid station here and some game you can play, Mortal Kombat 2, very old arcade. And as you can see here, also here is oxygen again. And if I go into the main hangar bay, then it drops to none. Yeah, see? Drops to none. Still don't get why that happens. But yeah, if we go here, through this door, of course we come back into an oxygen area. And we got 3 choices actually. Go down either of these stairs, or go left to the right. Well, first we go down, I guess. And what is downstairs here? That is the reactor room. And I did my best to make it look like it's all connected up and whatnot, and one big engine. And I don't know, to me, I kinda like it. It's something different. And yeah, here you got one button to turn off some of the reactors, except for one small one, which you can see over there. And that's just because the ship still needs some power to just have some of its basic functions do stuff. But yeah, if you're going to fly, then you of course want to turn on all of the reactors. And again, these screens will show the reactor output and all that stuff. Yeah. The reason why I haven't gone around and doing so is just I haven't had much time lately to do finish this, and I really wanted to show you the ship so far, guys. So that's why all these screens, except for a few, don't show anything. Actually, the only screen I believe which is actually showing something is over here, and that this is in the cargo wing. And the ship has 3 large cargo containers and a lot of small cargo containers, and through these things you can access the container points and get your stuff out. Also underneath the wing here there is a connector, so you can hook it up to some system from a station or to a smaller ship, I don't know, or a bigger ship, what you want. And that way you can refuel, take stuff out, put stuff in, I don't know, what you want to know, what you need to do. And of course, here's some other first aid stations. You never know, you might need them, hopefully you don't, but sometimes there's an occasion that you need some. So yeah, here's the crew quarters. It's not as big as some ships, but it has space for 4 crew members and at least 1 spare bed for somebody else who's coming along. And right around this corner there's a shower, a sink, and of course a toilet. One other thing you can do here is you can, if I can hit the button, there's the button. You can turn off the lights, and then one light will show up, or I mean will start burning, but it's less intense than the other lights. So basically this is the sleeping dimmed lighting for the crew so they can sleep more easily. Let's turn those back on. And yeah, that's basically the whole ship. Like I said, it's still work in progress. I still need to do some stuff like all the screens need to show up something, or need to tell something, and yeah, and some stuff on the the outside of the ship still doesn't look right the way I want. So I'm not sure if I'll put it up on the workshop yet, but it will be up there soon, I guess, because it's somewhat finished and the way I like it. So that's gonna be it for now, guys. Thank you very much for watching. My name is BrmP, and I'm out. Peace.